Hello students, in the previous videos we studied the details of light phase during which radiant form of energy, that is sunlight, is converted into chemical form of energy, that is ATP and NADPH. Now let's start with dark phase. So dark phase is also called as enzymatic phase. It is also called as enzymatic phase because during this phase many enzymes are involved in conversion of carbon dioxide into carbohydrate by utilizing the energy, that is ATP and NADPH. So this is also called as enzymatic phase and it is also called as biosynthetic phase. Biosynthetic phase during which synthesis of organic compounds, that is glucose, occurs inside the living cell. Hence it is called as biosynthetic phase. It is also called as stroma reactions. Stroma reactions because this dark phase occurs inside the stroma of chloroplast. Hence these are also called as stroma reactions. It is also called as Blackman's reactions. The scientist Blackman found that dark phase occurs in plants. So these are also called as Blackman's reactions. Okay, now let's see what happens during this dark phase actually. So we already studied the equation of photosynthesis, that is 6 carbon dioxides and 12 molecules of water results in the formation of, reacts with 12 molecules of water resulting in the formation of glucose C6H12O6 plus 6H2O plus 6O2 is formed. Okay, so here what is happening? Photosynthesis occurs by light phase and dark phase. During light phase, so this photosynthesis occurs in the presence of sunlight and chlorophyll. So during light phase, sunlight splits this water molecule. We are studying about light phase. Splits water molecules into protons, electrons and nascent oxygen. So these protons are left into lumen. And even this nascent oxygen is also left into the lumen of the thylakoid lumen of the chloroplast. Actually, light reactions occur in thylakoid membrane. So, as this water molecule undergoes splitting by the activity of sunlight, what happens? Protons, electrons and nascent oxygen is released. These protons and nascent oxygen is released into lumen of the thylakoid membrane, and these electrons are transported through electron transport system in thylakoid membrane through different, they are passed on from one carrier to another carrier present in electron transport system, and finally they are transferred, they are picked up by NADP+. So that NADP+, after picking electrons, it consumes two protons from stroma. From where? From stroma of chloroplast, and it is reduced into NADPH plus H+. NADPH plus H+. Okay. So now during the transport of electrons through ETS, protons are also pumped. Protons are pumped into lumen. So what happens inside the lumen? Proton concentration increases, due to which proton gradient is developed. Which is also called as proton motive force, which is responsible for the formation of ATP. So in this way ATP synthesis occurs and synthesis of NADPH plus H+ occurs during light reaction. Okay, now this ATP and NADPH H+, which are synthesized during light reaction, are utilized during dark reaction. So these are all the reactions which are taking place during light phase. Now let's see dark reaction. So in dark reaction, this ATP and NADPH are utilized for the synthesis of carbon dioxide, for the reduction of carbon dioxide into carbohydrate. So this reduction of carbon dioxide and into carbohydrate is taking place inside the stroma of the chloroplast. Hence these are also called as, this phase, dark phase is also called as stroma reactions. So this is about dark phase. So this dark phase occurs by different pathways in different types of plants. So carbon dioxide assimilation or dark phase occurs by different pathways in different types of plants. They are So this carbon dioxide assimilation occurs by different types of pathways. Different pathways, they are C3 pathway, C4 pathway and CAM pathway. So carbon dioxide assimilation or carbon dioxide fixation occurs during dark phase through different pathways in different types of plants. So those pathways are C3 pathway, C4 pathway and CAM pathway. The plants in which carbon dioxide assimilation occurs through C3 pathway are called as C3 plants. And the plants in which the carbon dioxide assimilation, that is reduction of carbon dioxide into carbohydrate, occurs through C4 pathway are called C4 plants. And the plants in which there is carbon dioxide assimilation occurs through CAM pathway are called as CAM plants, crassylation acid metabolism plants. This type of pathway occurs in xerophytes or succulents. So let's start with C3 cycle first. C3 pathway.